this, but I found common ground with you on abortion, and that I completely agree that whatever you want to call it, a fetus at whatever stage it is, it's alive. Um,
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nanevia Scalisi. Today we are back again with another video from Charlie Kirk. So today Charlie Kirk debates pro-choice college students. So guys, without further ado, let's get started.
this, but I found common ground with you on abortion, and that I completely agree that whatever you want to call it, a fetus at whatever stage it is, it's alive.
Yeah, it's life. No
There's
matter you
no
want to call
there's
it.
no contention on that front. My concern, though, and I want to hear your perspective on this, is here in Texas we have the strictest abortion ban in the whole country. There's no exception for rape or incest or for the life of the mother after 6 weeks. My concern is that the government is mandating that people carry out their pregnancies even when it goes against their own life and their own well-being. I can take an example of if somebody's threatening to harm you, you have a right to self-defense. Why not have give the same autonomy to people who are pregnant?
Okay, thoughtful question. Thank you. So,
Okay.
first thing is, if you believe abortion is wrong, which you admitted it is, well then you should obviously have laws that.
I'll clarify. I didn't admit that abortion was wrong.
Okay,
I said
Okay.
I
please
see it as a
clarify.
form of self-defense.
Okay, right.
some
So
Really? That's new.
that's a new one.
Yeah, I know, right? That's new.
Well, as the previous person says, that person inside of you is completely dependent on you in a way different than
Got
a
it.
natural
Okay.
born
So
child.
so in most cases, rape and incest aside, how did that being get there?
I mean, in most cases, through sex, regardless of rape or incest.
Yeah. So there was a choice made.
Yeah.
I see your point. Even with a choice, let's say you invite someone into your home and they still decide to assault you. Does that mean you not have a right to self-defense against them?
Well, no, I think that, for example, if you have a bunch of teenagers over to your home and they start wrecking everything, you shouldn't be shocked when all of a sudden you wake up the next morning and things are a little awry.
I
But
know,
we're not
right?
just talking about wrecking a home. We're talking about wrecking your own body, your own personal
Well,
autonomy.
hold on. Again, rape and incest aside, of which I'm happy to answer and happy to talk about the moral aspect of that, but 98% of all abortions are done as a form of birth control, right?
Okay.
It's a form of birth control. How did those people get pregnant?
Usually through
Consensual.
consensual sex.
Right. So they are pro-choice. They made a choice to have consensual sex, and now they want to be able to use scientific medical technology to crush a being
to
that
defend themselves.
is not them, is a different person out of convenience.
Let's say you have a child who needs a kidney transplant, and you are the only one who can supply it. And you consensually allow them to use that kidney. What if the operation goes too long? They're still kind of using your blood for months on end. Should the government mandate, maybe not kidney?
I love these hypotheticals. I got it. I'm not
But
making fun
you
of
see
you.
where-
No,
you see where
earlier
I'm
I got the
going.
most amazing hypothetical. We don't have to overthink this. Like, why should children get the death penalty because their parents decided to have consensual sex? I don't understand that.
Sir, even if you consent to, say, taking care of your child through the, transfusing blood or whatnot, should the government mandate that you have to continue that consensual blood transfusion? for
Again, under
example?
the unrealistic hypothetical, and I reject the whole premise of this. The
It's
question
not
is, this.
unrealistic.
Let
It
me
happens
answer it more
every day.
broadly. Do I think the government should step in to protect and preserve human right,
Yes.
by mandating, especially when
Yes.
the question is termination or not? Of course, the answer is yes. But
Yeah.
it says a lot when there's a very serious, concrete question, and kind of we have to yield to these abstractions, which is fine. The philosophical sides and the kind of the hypotheticals are fine, are legitimate, I suppose, in some sense. But it comes to be just more concrete, right? We've got 1 million abortions every single year. Okay?
Wow.
998,000 of them are because of a form of birth control. Do you find something wrong with that?
Not necessarily.
Okay. I think there is something wrong with that. I think that just looking at the last resort to be able to terminate human life as a form of birth control is not just sick, it's immoral. And it says a lot about who we are as a people and kind of the folding of culture, folding of a cultural life in our nation. And so I'll just ask one final question. When does human life begin?
It begins at conception, but that doesn't
Yes.
override the right to bodily autonomy and
Got it.
self-protection.
Okay, so that's interesting. So it does begin at conception. So does that mean someone who is larger than another being has the right to terminate them? Says why is it bodily autonomy? Just because the being is in them?
The size doesn't matter. It's the self-defense. If if a toddler is running a knife at you, you can knock it down. You know, it's you. I'm sorry. I'm kind of impromptu here as we
That's
keep
okay.
going.
Yeah. Well, so I'll just close with this. Don't use that analogy again.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was a bad one.
Wow.
Thank you for being here tonight.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Please don't use that analogy again. Don't use that. Cause don't tell me it's a self-defense to do abortion. You know, it's crazy. That analogy. This is my first time hearing that analogy. Like, how can you tell us it's a self-defense to commit abortion? You know, even if I mean you're being raped, you know, you cannot do wrong because something evil happened to you. That is crazy. You know, we cannot do wrong because something evil happened to you. So even if you're raped, I know, I understand his perspective. I mean, sometimes you see you are being raped and you're not ready for baby, and now the baby comes and you think the baby is raping you because life starts during conception. You know, after conception. So after conception, after you see, you know, you are getting pregnant, the life has started growing within you and babies are dependent on you till they gain their own independence. That's after 18 years. So like that basically the baby is raping you of your freedom, like raping you of everything that you got till he gets on his or her ground. So you think something you are not ready for is coming to be with you for the rest of your life. Why don't you just depend yourself and let it go or terminate it? And I really, for me personally, I really understand. But that is not an excuse to do for, I mean, children are not supposed to get a death penalty because you were raped or because something bad happened to you. You know, it's like something bad happened to you and you are putting your frustration on someone else. Obviously, the person will not take it easy with you, you know. And someone made some example when talking about this pro-choice issue. Someone said she's a girl. I mean, she was in JHS. I don't know how you people call your junior high school, and she got pregnant. And she was not ready to be a mother. You know, I mean, and outside of this country, people whenever you get pregnant at that age, I mean, at that teenage age, the probability of you dropping out of school is high. And this lady also have high ambitions, high dreams, you know, and they feel like this baby will become an obstacle for him. So the best thing a person can do is to get rid of the baby, you know. And I feel like that is the self-defense this guy is talking about. But, you know, as Charlie said, 90% of, abortion done is just used as a birth control. It's just used because they don't want the pregnancy. And pregnancy is as a result of the game you played, you know. It's as a result of the game you played. And it's like, let's say 10% of pregnancy happens as a result of rape. So what happens the 90%? The 90% is basically your consensual sex you had, the sex you had with your partner, being your boyfriend, being whatever you had with. You know, it's a concession. No one forced you. So probably it's a game that you played and you get that result. So you cannot say it's self-defense to do that, you know. So please don't use that knowledge. If you want to, do abortion, do it because you are doing it as birth control. So don't do it because you think it's a self-defense. Someone said, you invite a armed robber to your house, and now you fight the armed robber, you kill the armed robber, and you are saying it's a self-defense. You invited someone to your house, so people started fighting, and now you beat him, you killed him, and you're telling me it's self-defense. It doesn't make sense. So you don't go and play your games. You don't go have your unprotected sex or your consensual sex with someone, and now the game yield the result as pregnancy, and you're telling me it's a self-defense. Do it because you want to do it, but don't do it because you think it's a self-defense. Please don't use that analogy again. I understand you, guy. I really understood where you're coming from, your perspective, but I don't think it's the right word to use as a self-defense. It's crazy, you know. If you want to do abortion, do it. you know. I mean, it's illegal in some parts of the country. It's legalized in other parts of. So if you want to do it because you want to do it. But please don't use that analogy as it's a self-defense, because it is crazy. Even God knows it's crazy. Even you yourself, you know it's crazy. Let me know what you think about this video. You think you think indeed, abortion is a self-defense, or you think this analogy is crazy as I think? Let me know in the comment section. If you want me to check more of this video, let me know in the comment section. And if you have any recommendation for me, don't forget to leave it down there. And if you are new to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to click on the subscription button for more notifications. Thanks for watching.